Welcome to Demo Day. We are the Heritage Group Accelerator powered by Techstars. We are the founders of 10 revolutionary ideas and have traveled from all over the world to Indianapolis, where we have spent the last 13 weeks working to take our businesses to the next level. Our companies span a variety of industries, from advanced materials and revolutionary recycling processes to additive manufacturing and game-changing software. We all have one thing in common. We are solving some of the world's most complicated problems. Here's how.
Cancry is transforming waste into specialty carbons. Cybric is reimagining engineering workflow. Carbon Limit is reversing climate change through concrete. Kintel is orchestrating unconnected data. Broadloop is making roadway projects intelligent. Envicore is rebuilding Earth's ecosystems. Simplyfiber is launching the next generation in clothing production. Cloverleaf is delivering lost government data. Inflows is developing a GPS for R&D chemists. And Overcoat is pioneering recycled powder coating.
We are the extraordinary teams driving change in legacy industries and building solutions to global challenges. And we are just getting started.
Welcome to the 2021 Heritage Group Accelerator powered by Techstars. We're fired up to share some of these amazing stories and incredible founders and their inspiring journeys with you here today. Thanks for taking an hour out of your day and spending it with us. On behalf of Techstars, on behalf of the Heritage Group, and this entire team here, we want to welcome you. These companies from 21 cities, 9 different countries, amazing founding teams have moved here to Indianapolis to be with us for 13 weeks and to kick off what has been just an incredible journey for them. Some of these companies are very early stages. Some of these companies have been working on their technology for years, and we are incredibly honored to be a small part of this journey with them. Techstars is the world's biggest investor by volume. We've had over 200 accelerators take place all over the world. We've got over 5,000 founders in our network, and we have over 12,000 mentors that help guide, coach, and provide guidance for these founders throughout our programs. It's been an honor to be a part of the Heritage Group. It's been an honor to be a part of Techstars. This is our 3rd program altogether. We've seen 30 companies go through this Techstars Accelerator as a part of the Heritage Group. We're incredibly excited today to share with you what these 10 founders are up to. But before that, I want to thank especially the mentors and the corporate partners from Techstars and the Heritage Group that have helped us along the way. We had 75 mentors participate in our program, provided our teams with over 800 meetings, which is incredible when you think about the time commitment that they gave to our founders. In addition to that, the group of Techstars corporate partners that have been incredibly helpful to us, we couldn't have done it without them. Their coaching, their guidance, the credits that they provide our team have just been tremendously helpful. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce Kip, and we'll jump right into our team presentations. Thank you.
Thank you, Scott. My name is Kip Fry, Executive Vice President at the Heritage Group. I want to welcome everyone to Demo Day 2021. Not only is this very exciting for all of us at the Heritage Group, but it's also exciting for this to be live again. Our accelerator this year was back fully live, and we have really enjoyed having these incredible founders here on site with us in Indianapolis for the past 3 months. We're very grateful to our partners at Techstars for being with us every step of the way during the accelerator this year. And we're most excited about introducing these 10 incredible founders and their great companies for all of you to get to know and hopefully want to invest in. Once again, thank you for taking part of your day to participate in Virtual Demo Day. And Scott, I'll hand it back to you.
Nick from Broadloop, welcome.
Thank you.
It's great to have you here. It's been an incredible 13 weeks. Tell us a little bit about why Broadloop is so important for the customers that you have today.
Yeah, so Broadloop is a paving intelligence platform. So we help asphalt contractors measure and improve their key metrics that drive performance in their whole paving operation. So without our solution, they're pretty much blind on the job site. They don't get to see where their sub-hauler trucks are, even some of their owned trucks. They don't really know which ticket is coming from the plant, and they just lack the visibility that would give them information so they could do better and improve job profitability.
Yeah. When you came into program 13 weeks ago versus where you are now, how have you closed the aperture of that message?
Yeah, it was a sliding scale as we came in. So we started the company as a pure SaaS model, just as a software developer myself. Got into this hardware-enabled SaaS thing just because it was out of necessity. And now we're looking at this duality of having a hardware-enabled if we need it, or a partner-enabled opportunity so that we can focus on providing the best-in-class software that layers on top of whatever hardware there it is. So it's interesting to see the evolution of logistics and fleet management and where it's come and how we can just be that layer of intelligence on top of the core hardware that's kind of been around for quite a while.
What's it been like to really be involved with Heritage Group and Milestone, some of their partners, on a day-to-day basis as you continually build and evolve the vision of this product?
Yeah, special and unique. I mean, I don't know how else to describe that. There's unprecedented access to not even just decision makers, just stakeholders that live and breathe the job and the people that we're selling to and helping to improve their lives. So to get that information back, not just access to a potential customer, but the real deep understanding from a customer base that we typically wouldn't get kind of that unfettered access to. So understanding what they do today, what they would like to do, as opposed to just what is available to them in the marketplace. And it's really evolving our solution to be better than what we could have ever guessed. So it's unprecedented. It's just incredible to get that level of support and access.
Yeah. You've come a long way. You've brought on almost a number two in your organization. The organization continues to go. You're working in the Accelerator during the day, and then you're solving all your customer problems at night. It's literally a 24-hour project for you, hasn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. It's an insane amount of 3 months. I mean, that's kind of, I guess, the definition of Accelerator, to take 18 months worth of growth. I don't know what it is, and slam it into 3 months. It's phenomenal. And yeah, the team development, getting extra engineers that we didn't have before we started the program. We've got new customers, new pilot programs that have kicked off, new partnership opportunities and integrations. I mean, it's stuff that was all sort of in the roadmap and kind of pie in the sky things that have really been pushed right into the forefront.
It went from being in the freezer in the roadmap to, we're going to build this right now for our customer tomorrow.
That's right.
Yeah, you've been burning at both ends of the candle. We both owe your wife a really nice present after
You
this
are not kidding. She's a saint.
So what's next? What are we going to do starting next year, or as soon as this program's over here in a couple weeks?
We're looking forward to exhibiting at the World of Asphalt in March next year. It's our opportunity to take what we've learned and grown and refined here during Techstars with the Heritage Group and really just put it right out there and make sure this is the season for us to be top of mind for contractors looking for paving intelligence platforms, e-ticket solutions for the upcoming regulations that are coming in 2022.
Yep, you got alignment with policy that's happening nationally. You've got alignment coming out of this with Heritage Group, and your product is ready to go. So it's a really good time.
Yep.
Thanks, man.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Cancry team, Akshay, Mahi, welcome. This is great. It's so great to see you here. You guys are transforming waste into carbon.
Yeah.
And you've chosen the battery market as the wedge, as your point of entry into solving the inefficiencies with lead acid batteries that your carbon can solve for. Correct?
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit more about that market and why batteries is so important to you.
Batteries and capacitors being the first market to start with, because we get premium prices in this market. We are focusing on lead acid batteries. And the problem is, they have this scaling issues which happens inside the batteries, which reduces its charging time and, life cycle of the batteries. And that is why what we are trying to change in these batteries, how we can reduce the charging time and also increase its life cycle. So what our carbon does is, it's a simple drop-in solution. We take our carbon material, put it inside these batteries, and solve that issue. So the battery manufacturers don't have to change anything in their processing lines. It's a simple drop-in solution. They take the powder, put it inside the batteries, and that's it done.
One of the important things why we are working on this technology is the fact that we are taking the waste and then we are giving it a second lease of life. So technically the waste actually goes either for incineration or just goes to landfill. But we are taking that waste and we are powering the batteries using that. And that has been the common connection on why we are working on this. That was the reason that we came together and created Cancry.
Talk a little bit about, yes, we've got this amazing solution for lead acid batteries, but talk about the things we've discovered over the last few weeks, the other applications, the other markets that we're discovering.
We talked to a lot of mentors who were coming from the technology background, and that was the time we actually get a chance to talk to a few people who are into the battery technology. And when we started discussing with them that what kind of solution we are providing it for the lead acid batteries, the interests got developed for other flow batteries. Like, okay, if this can work for lead acid, why don't we do it for the flow batteries? Because we have the customers. And that's the beauty of the program, because connections can come from anywhere.
Talk a little bit about what's next for you guys from manufacturing and getting our product out there.
What we are working now is developing a research system here with the BIC, Battery Innovation Center. We have started the conversations with them, and we are trying to explore how we can get the validation done quickly so that we are able to get our customers on board.
We already have 2 customers, and with those 2 customers, we've built a tremendous business. If you look at how those customers will scale over the next couple of years. Yeah. Talk about the additional types of customers that you'll be adding as we exit this program and enter into 2022.
Currently, we are working with the lead acid battery manufacturers. So they are the manufacturers of a battery who are producing these batteries from the scratch. So there are also different kind of customers who can use this kind of material. Other than battery manufacturers who are making the electrodes, they are our customers. Manufacturers who are producing the paste of these battery plates, or the negative active mix, this is what we call them. They are also our customers, because they can just buy our carbons and they can mix it in their batteries, and then they can make the new batteries using our material.
It's phenomenal to have you here in Indiana and to see what you've built in India, and to come to North America, specifically Indiana and Indianapolis here, and launch has been just inspiring to see, and we can't wait for big things to happen for you guys after this program. So thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Scott.
Welcome, Camille, CEO of Kintel. This is exciting. First off, what's important to you guys? Tell us what you're up to, what you're doing, and why what you're doing is so important.
Okay, yeah, happy to. Kintel is an integrations and analytics platform for commercial construction. Working with Heritage Group was in particular what we wanted to come to the program for, knowing that we finally had the opportunity to work with a company that would be able to offer a really great partnership in terms of what the work that Kintel is doing. And so I think for us moving into the post-program phase, we're looking to continue that partnership even further. We've already been working with Milestone, which is part of Heritage Group's construction materials sector.
Why is Kintel so important for construction companies?
We've got more and more younger guys coming into the industry that are looking to bring technology in a way that can really be impactful. And I think for us, it's really massive what Kintel does, because we're making it so much easier for them to be able to do what they do on a daily basis by connecting their data. And for them, adopting digital processes was kind of an overnight thing that they really got behind about 10 years ago. And it's kind of created this sort of catastrophic problem with how they deal with that and what they utilize it for, and not having the skill set to really tackle that. They need somebody like us to be able to go in and put that together for them and sort of be the mediator between what they do, what their customers do, and then sort of bridging that gap with data.
Yep. Talk about the team and what the team starts to look like as you enter next year.
For us, obviously being a husband and wife team, the business in a way is sort of family oriented, but it plays really well with construction, because a lot of companies, much like Heritage, are construction companies that have a family focus to it. For us, it's gaining more expertise in other areas that we don't have as strong of skill sets in, so that way we can sort of round out the team.
As you look at key partners that are going to be critical for the success of Kintel going forward, what does that start to look like for you?
For us, what that looks like is working with strategic partners that are within the construction industry. For example, Procore and Oracle are two of the biggest software companies that construction companies have relied on for decades. They really love their products, and so being able to have their name and their backing alongside what we do is really important for us. They have been really great so far working with Oracle. We've been talking with those guys for a while now, and they are really supportive of what Kintel's doing. They see the importance that's there, and I can tell that even for us, it's going to be mutually beneficial.
It's been just incredibly fun and inspiring to see you guys come into Indy and just take it on head on and take that same passion that you've taken into relocating to Indy and going all in, and you've done that with Kintel. I mean, you're all in at this point, and to see what's ahead for you guys is super exciting.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Welcome. It's great to have you guys here. This is wonderful. The team from Simplyfiber, in 13 weeks, it's not that long. We started as you guys came into this program with just a liquid, and then we very quickly we started to see this come out of your lab, and now we're sitting here and we've got a couple of real clothing items. Tell me about what this program has meant to you so far, and as you do that, think about where you started, where you are today, and where you're going.
I think throughout the program we've realized our full potential, and we're at the point now where we're really ready to address this massive market opportunity. And the reason this opportunity is so massive is we're creating a totally new category of clothing. For over 1,000 years, there have only been two primary categories of clothing, wovens and knits. And now there's a new category, Simplyfiber.
I think Accelerator is the right word for it, because we just got a lot more accomplished, especially on the business structure side and the planning side, than we ever would have in 3 months normally. We've learned a lot about how to think about certain problems and how to move quickly, and also how to just engage with our team, make this into a company that has a chance of winning.
You guys have done such a good job articulating the vision of where you're going. Talk about that. Talk about why what you're doing is so important, and talk about what you do and how you do it, please.
What we've done is we've created new biodegradable materials that actually work in a system which collapses the supply chain. So instead of having to go through all these different industrial steps of spinning the yarn, weaving the fabric, cutting and sewing, we're winding that into one system. Really, it's all about taking this method that we've developed and industrializing it. So we have a lab scale benchtop solution that we know works. We have a material that works in our solution. And now it's going to be about making our material stronger and making this system work in industry.
We've spent a lot of time talking through the right market entry, the right wedge for us. And you guys have really honed in on this. You've really nailed it down. Talk about the strategy for breaking into the market.
The nice thing about what's happening right now in fashion is that collaborations are a huge thing. And on top of that, sustainability is obviously a huge thing. And brands have been willing to partner with sustainable startups and innovation-focused startups in co-branded collaborations, which is great for us because it's a wonderful way to promote what we do with a trusted brand partner, to limit the amount of money we need to spend on marketing, but really leverage their entire audience, which in some cases is huge.
To be very clear about the business model, we start as a manufacturer. We partner with brands that you've heard of before to go to market to garner brand equity. And then in the out years, we create our own consumer presence as Simplyfiber.
So what's next? What's exciting? What are you guys really fired up about?
Well, selfishly as a designer, I'm just really excited to have a brand new way to design and to work into making clothing, because I hate sewing. I'm really bored with it, and I want to have a new way of building things.
I'm just so excited to get this out to the world. I mean, this is so cool. It's like magic. This stuff literally starts off as a liquid slurry. We pour this liquid into body-shaped molds, and out pops something you've never seen before, and we call it the clothing of the future. I mean, I can't wait to get this word out throughout the entire world in the end, and I can't wait until everyone has a piece of our clothing.
Abdu, CEO Inflows, welcome. Thank you.
Thank you, Scott.
It's great to have you here.
Thank you, my pleasure.
This has been a heck of 13 weeks with you. We've had a ton of fun.
Yeah.
And it feels like we're just now getting started. We've done a lot. Tell me about Inflows and tell me why Inflows is important.
At Inflows, we develop software that help chemists accelerate the way that they build product in a cleaner manner and more sustainably.
Yep.
And this is very important now because we have a lot of challenges coming on, like the COVID-19, we are looking for a vaccine, all that kind of stuff. And then fixing fast recipes is a huge challenge for industries.
Yep, yep. Inflows is a accelerant for chemistry construction, correct?
Yeah, it is.
How does it help me, if I were a process chemist, how does it help me work faster?
Yeah, usually the way that chemists fix recipes, that didn't change a lot during centuries. There are a very experimental journey where they try to do back and forth experiment in order to fix recipes. And what we bring on the table is a way to do it smarter by just picking a small sample of data, putting in our AI system, and then our AI system is able to draw a kind of mathematical representation of what's going on, and as a GPS just to solve the problem right away in less than 5 minutes.
Yeah.
So it is solving a problem in 5 minutes compared to being, let's say, 3 months or 6 months back and forth trials.
6 month process.
Yeah.
You're giving it to me in 5-10 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go tell me more about, we've talked a lot about that Inflows is the GPS for chemists.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
That means that nowadays when you want to go from a point A to a point B, you just put in just your GPS, your final destination, and then the GPS figure out the fastest route. This is the same way. So in our system, you just need to figure out some kind of data in order to tell our system to get the topography of what's going on. And once you have that, you just have to enter what your final destination. What are the final characteristics of your product?
Who are the potential customers? I know you already have a handful of customers, 10 customers out there.
Yeah.
And you've sold a bunch of licenses, but who are those customers and how are they using it today?
Mainly they are cosmetic industries, food industries, lubricant industries, and pharmaceutical industries.
Yep.
And they use the tool at their lab place where it is kind of, we provide a tool that we call augmented chemist, where we try just to provide a GPS or a new tool at the table of the chemist and then help them figure out how to take the most of the data that they just come out from their labs respective and lab trials.
What do you need help with? What can we help you with going forward?
I think the most important thing we need now is just awareness and introduction to the industry's guy. We need just to have a good network that just help us expand our tool and our awareness.
Yeah.
This is the main aspect we're looking for.
What's next? What are the next big milestones that Inflows is going to hit?
The next step is just to digest all this kind of insight, input I got from the program, put it in kind of frame and strategize. Yeah. And the next strategize is how to scale up, how to go from, let's say, 40 users to 1,000 users, or let's say, that's the dream, 1 million users around the world.
Yeah.
And this is the next step, big challenge.
I've been around a lot of CEOs, and there are very few CEOs that have the ability to draw talent around them and just get talent to come and work for them. And I mean, you even had Max working for you for free for 3 weeks, and it's pretty special. So I have no doubt that you'll get there, and it's been just special to have you around, so thanks.
I feel when I came to the program that I was a kind of raw diamond, but this program is kind of jeweler making us, shine.
Yeah,
and I'm pretty thankful for that.
Well, thanks. Envicore team, welcome. It's great to have you here. This has been a super exciting 13 weeks with you all here on board. Talk to me, talk to this group about powder coating. Talk to me about what you guys are up to and why it's important for us to address right now.
It's important to address it now because 2 billion pounds are getting landfilled every single year. So it's important to get this solution out there. The reason we exist is to stop a 2 billion pound problem that's getting sent to the landfill every year around the world.
Powder coating is paint in a powder form. And to give you an example, I always carry my example with me. When something like this is powder coated, the thing that happens is there's a certain percentage of the product that goes past the part and gets caught in a dust collector. And then from there, the thing that they do is they bring it to landfill. We're able to take that waste and remanufacture it into a new powder coating.
Got it. So a new powder coat that the manufacturer of that water bottle can then repurpose. So it's a full 360-degree life cycle for that product that they don't currently have, correct?
Yes, it's a closed loop process where we're able to bring the product right back to them.
There's no one better in North America right now to think, design a technical solution, and implement and scale a fix to this problem. Talk about your backgrounds and how you got here.
Well, first of all, our team has about 70 years experience, a little more than 70 years experience in the powder coating industry.
Really what we were able to do is take technologies, best practices from around the world, combine those with best practices that are being utilized here in the United States, build that out, and that is the Overcoat process, which allows us to bring a fully circular product back to the generator of the waste. And that provides for an economic advantage, and it provides for an incredible sustainability story that potentially reduces the environmental impact almost up to 90%.
Yeah. We got such an interesting problem, and the supply is there. We've got the supply that we can go get. We've got the technology to fix it. I've put a customer pipeline together with you guys, and I think right now we've got 146 customers in the pipeline. Many of those we're having active conversations with. You've really done just a tremendous job of teeing up unique customers and unique buyers of our product. How do we continue that?
We are going to begin supplying a certain sector of the powder coating industry that happens to be in our back door, and that's the office furniture industry in Grand Rapids, Michigan. And that is going to propel us into beginning to supply other industries through growth, through that revenue that we will generate. So we're looking to rapidly grow and to go where the waste is located.
In our industry, there are two individuals or two sectors that create the waste powder coating: powder manufacturers and powder users. And so we're looking at strengthening our relationship with those individuals.
I know we've got a pending PO from a monster customer that's going to be pretty special when we get that buttoned up. But what else is next for you guys, for the two of you?
Yes, of course, we're looking at the monster PO. That's the beautiful thing. And we've got a few people in the pipeline that are ready to give us POs as of the first of the year. The other thing that we're actually looking for is just to exercise our investment pool of individuals, people to talk to and tell them about our mission so that we can get in front of them and tell them exactly what it is that we're doing so that they can catch the vision with us and join with us to help this global problem.
That's great. You guys have just a great story. There's so many partners that are willing to jump on this ride with you guys, and I wish you the best of luck and can't wait to see what happens next.
Well, thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Team Cybric, welcome. It's good to have you. Chris, Matt, Giorgio.
Thanks for having us.
This is cool. Let's talk about why what you're doing right now is so important.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, it comes to the fact that engineering and construction is a huge industry, yet it's hugely dysfunctional, right? We're wasting huge amounts of money. Engineers are spending huge amounts of time wasting money and effort, and we're here to fix that at the end of the day.
Yep. And you guys know that better than anybody. Matt, Chris, you guys are engineers, and Giorgio, you've been coding the solution for these guys.
I'm an engineer too.
Yeah. What you guys have seen, you're building a solution really to make your lives and what you've been through easier, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, me and Chris, we've got 36 years experience in delivering these projects, right? And we just had headache after headache getting this right. So we're here to build the solution that we wished we'd had managing engineers, absolutely.
And so talk about the program a little bit, and you guys, you sell to engineers, you're a solution for engineers. So being here at Heritage Group and having access to mentors and access to the North American engineer network that Heritage Group has, what's that customer discovery conversation been like for you guys over the last 13 weeks?
It was very free-flowing, actually. Most of them felt refreshed. They finally saw a solution that someone was creating to solve their problems. They really looked at it when we did the demo, and they were just like, man, I live this every day, and I haven't seen this. And then, a week later, it was, hey, I was thinking about your product. Here's another pilot, or here's another way. Could we do it this way or that way? And that was really the benefit of being at the Heritage Group with the Mentor Madness and Techstars.
Yep. Engineers, you guys all being engineers, so don't take this the wrong way. Engineers, the solutions that they work in are oftentimes homegrown. Talk about how driving home our solution and our ideas to engineers has really resonated with folks.
Yeah, I think there's two things going on there. I think one thing is we've learned the lessons of other industries. So we've looked at adjacent industries like what's going on in medtech, fintech, the legal tech industry, and trying to learn those lessons from what's working well there and applying it into engineering construction in a way that's kind of easy for engineers to use and understand. The second part of it is all about that messaging, and Techstars I think has been fantastic for us to get that messaging right about how our solution fits in with their current technology and how it's going to make their lives easier at the end of the day.
Yeah. How do we think about taking Cybric to what are there 6 million engineers all over the world? How are we going to do this? How are we going to tackle? How are we going to get in front of these engineers?
We are now like a lighthouse sending a signal out because people are looking for that, and they just kind of we're also getting some cold reach out because of that, and it's really been beneficial to be able to hone in on that message.
Yeah.
And then also as they use it, I mean, if I used it, I would tell my project manager next to me in my career, hey man, you need to look at this software. Like these guys are really onto something, and that's what we're really hoping for.
Yeah, I mean, Techstars has been an amazing experience for us. I think it's, to be honest, it's been transformational in terms of where we're going with this company, and we're really excited about next year. I think it's going to be an amazing year for us. We're looking to launch another fundraising round. We're looking to expand the team to probably 18 people at the end of that round, and really scale this company to the next level.
This is our virtual demo day that we're hosting right here, right? If you had a couple asks for the audience, what are those asks? What are some of the biggest things that are on the cusp of Cybric that you could ask for help for?
I think the big asks right now are introductions to people that are interested in transforming the engineering construction industry, be that on the customer side, be that customer organizations, or on the investor side, organizations that are invested in similar startups or are interested in this space itself.
That's great. Good. Well, thank you guys. This has been great. It's been a hell of a 13 weeks. I know we're not done yet. We're going to keep going, and I'm excited to see what's next for all of us.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, Shah.
How are you doing, Scott?
Great. Nice to see you.
Same here.
Shah, CEO of Envicore. We've had a heck of a run here for 13 weeks.
Wow.
But first, tell us what you do and why what you're up to right now is so important.
So at Envicore, we are developing chemical-based solution for the mining companies, targeting one of the biggest environmental problem that they refer to as tailings. Tailings are your byproduct of your mining operation. That means they use a lot of water to extract the important commodity, your metal, oil, anything. And the remaining water comes out with like a lot of dirt in it. Yeah. And they dump it right now in huge pits or ponds called tailings pond, which technically this name is pond, but it's the size of cities. So what we are doing is we're trying to clean that up with the solution that we have developed. We want to help the mining companies to achieve that sustainability goal and at the same time promote circular economy in the mining sector.
You always said to me, these oil tailings, these ponds are serious.
Oh yeah. Technically more than 1,800 active tailings ponds scattered all around the globe. It's a big problem, and it takes approximately 30 years easily to transform this disturbed landmass into thriving habitat. That's a big problem. So we came up with a solution that can actually like speed up the entire thing 5 times.
You've told me how you can take these habitats that we've destroyed through our oil and mining processes, and environments that will take 30 to 50 years to be reclaimed and turned back into normal habitats and normal environments.
Yeah.
And your technology, we can do that in 5 to 6 years?
Exactly.
It's incredible.
That's correct.
Yeah, it's incredible. What's this program been like for you?
Yeah, it's amazing in just one word. The idea that we came up with is how can we expand in US sectors or US market in general, get in front of the investors that actually has a lot more bandwidth in like different markets within hard rock or mining in general in states. And the idea that we had a discussion with on the first day of the program, I remember that get 5 customers or at least memorandum of understanding, letter of intent, and I'm so happy that we completed that. It's been such an amazing journey that I'm sad to leave the program, but at the same time I've gained so much on my personal side too, personal development, meeting amazing entrepreneurs, investors, scientists. It's been like an amazing journey for me.
Yep.
Yeah.
Coming out of program
Yeah.
here in the next couple weeks, what are the priorities for you going into the end of the year and starting off 22?
Yeah, that's a great point. So I would say my first priority is scaling up. So we've done everything on the bench scale. Mining companies are supporting us. That's a major win for us. So the idea is to take everything, scale it up probably 3,000 times or even higher, and then prove the technology, how it can be like, or is it ready to be applied directly in the commercial, or do we need an intermediate stage? Definitely on the product side, we are scaling up. We need operational people on our team. We are bringing in new members as well, but having someone who can help us guide during that overall commercialization, that's helpful. But we have a long way to go. We want to make sure that we leave a very healthy legacy behind.
Yep. It's been an honor to work with you on the things we've worked on so far.
Excited to be here. Yeah.
Thanks, Shah.
And thanks a lot, Scott, for all the help.
Yep.
Yeah, awesome.
Team Cloverleaf, welcome. It's great to have you here. Jeremy, Adam, it's been a hell of a 13 weeks. First off, why don't you tell us why Cloverleaf is important right now and what you guys do?
So we take this massive amount of government meeting data, specifically video, and deliver it to our customers so they can make the right decisions without digging through hours of meetings that might have your Aunt Kathy talking about how streetlights are too bright for an hour and a half, 5 minutes of what you care about, and then the rest is what we do with the pigeon problem.
There are trillions of hours of government meeting footage out there. How do you even think about scaling this?
So we're starting with a very geographic focus where we're finding the states that we have the most connections and can grow from a customer base standpoint.
From a technical standpoint, one step at a time, you know? We can't build the wall in one day. We make smart decisions. We try to make sure that we're focused on business value, on applying our resources to where we can maximize what we get out of that.
13 weeks ago, we didn't have a product.
Correct.
Actually, we had a different name at that time.
Yes. Yep.
Now we've got a new name and a real product, and now we're fully deployed and launched within a few customers, right?
Correct, yep.
Talk about that, because that happened real fast.
Well, and I think a large part of that is due to our relationship with the Heritage Group and Techstars. So yeah, it was a lot of learning, because like you said, we had an idea, like we knew government meetings mattered, but to who and for how much and why, that's what we were able to figure out through all of those customer discovery calls.
Yep.
We have 3 paying customers. One is a Fortune 50 telco.
What's the team starting to look like as we approach middle of next year?
We are placing immediate importance around data science, around understanding our data set. So we'll obviously be hiring application developers, front end, back end, kind of everything you'd expect from a software company. But in addition, we're putting an early priority on hiring people that can help us understand this data set so we can get to a point where we understand that data better than our customers. Yeah. So we're not relying on them telling us what they want, but we can know what they want ahead of time and deliver it right to them.
Talk about this massive market opportunity that we have in front of us, and more importantly, how do you get laser focused on the part of the market that's really important?
There are $2 trillion spent annually at a state level. There are people vying for those contracts. They're hard to find. So we're seeing kind of three key groups that we're focusing on right now. One that needs to identify opportunities within governments. In the middle, we have those that need to protect their bottom line. So I have a large project somewhere. I need to monitor public sentiment and whatnot to make sure that I get to maintain this project or finish this project. And then lastly, we have lobbying groups that do both.
Talk about how partnerships will play into your next year.
So we're already a part of 3 different Google partnerships. So they sell our product for us, which is an amazing job that they do doing that. And then as we look at data capture, right? Like there's a lot of this that we can go get. There's some of it that doesn't even exist, right? You look at a small town, rural Colorado, they're not posting videos. So how can we directly partner with them to produce a low-cost, high-value product that gives them the searchable archive, allows them to expand engagement and transparency among their citizens, and then we get that data on the back end, of course, through this partnership we would have with them.
Yep.
And of course, always looking for financial backers to help us just move faster.
Yep, that's great. Yeah, to come in, it's such an interesting way of execution to come in with really almost like a feature idea, and then you're turning it really into the all-in-one encompassing platform for monitoring, measuring, and reporting out on government data. It's really fascinating to see the growth that you guys have had over the 13 weeks. Shoot, it's only been 13 weeks, and I can't wait to see the next couple of years, but you're off and running. I wish you the best of luck.
Thank you, Scott.
Yep.
Thank you.
Welcome, Team Carbon Limit. It's great to have you. Tim, Oro, Christina. It's been a fascinating 13-week journey. I know we came in with big ideas and how to solve our carbon problems in this world, and we've actually made some traction. We've made tremendous traction in 13 weeks. We know our global footprint and the amount of carbon that we have emitted. We're past it. Yes, we need to reduce it, but we've already emitted so much. It's hard to come back from what we've already done. And the next phase of carbon technology is capture technology. Yep. And you guys have been laser focused on carbon capture technology for a long time. Yep. To get into this program, to work with Heritage Group and Techstars has just been a great journey. Talk a little bit about what you guys are creating.
Yeah, so we created a negative emission technology. So instead of going carbon neutral, we're all about going carbon negative, which means our technology not only captures, but it stores permanently carbon footprint, and that's our main objective, is to decarbonize different industries with our technology, starting with the concrete industry, and with the technology that we've invented, integrating into it.
I think the world right now is looking for solutions for climate catastrophes, and as a climate tech company, we've developed technology that helps solve that problem. So go-to-market would be selling green cement additive and selling a pre-mixed decarbonized concrete.
And the Heritage Group, they play around in a lot of concrete, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it's obviously been pretty special to be a part of the Heritage Group.
Heritage Group was an amazing partner because we were able to work with their labs, work with their R&D, and then really understand the underlying system and just that industry. So it was really great to get those whiteboard sessions, to get some insight from people that are in that industry, and then kind of mixed with our expertise. It was like just such a great collaboration.
Good.
And also it's the avalanche of feedback that we get to have in a short amount of time.
Mm-hmm.
That's invaluable.
That's great.
And I think marketing-wise, the most valuable thing from the Heritage Group was truly understanding our customer, what they want, what they need, and what's the best strategy for us to connect with them and provide exactly what they want, but also achieve our gigaton solution of CO2 removal.
Yep. You guys have got a great team. You brought all the team has been here from all over the world, working here in Indianapolis for the last 13 weeks. Tell me about this team and how the team's going to evolve and potentially even grow over the next couple quarters.
I love our team. I truly love our team because even, we always say we're organically diverse. Obviously, this is not all of our team, but different ages, different backgrounds, different expertise, and our company culture is very important to us. Like, we're truly friends, we understand each other, and we keep checking each other on those values.
We did some amazing things in the lab and have come up with some amazing results in partnership with Heritage Group. Talk a little about I know you can't get into the full details of what those early results are, but talk a little bit about the directional components of those results that you're starting to see in your concrete.
Coming in, inventing different carbon capture technology and negative emission technology, we're great with that, but having that help and backbone from Heritage Group to put that together and create our final product and create the MVP, which is a really cool piece of concrete, and using materials that are environmentally friendly and sustainable. When we were able to get to the lab and really, by ourselves, it'd be very difficult for us to do this. We don't have a lab, we don't have the equipment, finding the right lab, who knows how easy that would be. So really their direction, their guidance on it was invaluable because it really helped us expedite the development. Like, I think we've grown maybe 3 years and 3 months is what it was. And that's really, really powerful.
That's great. Well, it's been a tremendous 13 weeks for you guys. I know we've grown a lot together as a team. I know Heritage Group has been super impacted by what you guys are creating. I know we've got a lot of customers that we're talking to and going through customer discovery conversations right now. They're super excited about what's next. So I'm excited to be along for the ride and can't wait to see it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Us too.
Amazing. That was incredible, wasn't it? Thank you to all our founders. Just to take away a small snippet of their incredible stories has been super special. I want to thank each of them for their time. And I want to thank you for giving part of your day to spend it with us. All of these founders need continual help and guidance, and you could be there for them. They need funding, they need advisors, they need board members, they need customers. All these things can be done with your help. If you want to reach out to any of them, we've provided our information below where you can easily get in touch. Thank you again. Thank you, Heritage Group. Thank you, Techstars. This 2021 class is amazing, and we're happy that you're on this journey with us.